That happened so fast. I was kind of like not even prepared because you get the countdown, and all of a sudden, blah, you're live. Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is my spacious New York hotel room. Yeah, this is one of the perks from being on the Gutfeld show, which we taped, which you have to watch. It's going to be hilarious. A good. We're going to talk about what in the heck went on last night. This is it's a huge day for America. It's a huge day for all of us. It's a huge day for common sense. Here we go. Some people are coming in. I'm wondering where I should. I'm just gonna cozy up here. It's a little bit of a weird setup. Hello, Denise. Hello, Patty. Andy, what's going on? Hey, Loftus, says Peter Beckwith. Hey, Peter Beckwith. So I wanna. This is gonna be a weird one because it is gonna be a lot of your comments. I'm ill prepared. Looking forward to see you on Gutfeld. That audience was ready to go. It was ready to go, and I got to give credit where credit is due. Greg and his writers, the monologue. Uh, Turn that down. What, do you not know how to use the frickin' Lord in heaven? What are you gonna do? Well, you can't get a good assistant. Um, the writers and the monologue was hilarious. The formula was this. Uh, Blank was so upset that blank happened. It was like Nancy Pelosi was so upset her eyebrows moved to Venezuela. That had, I think that's close to like one of the real jokes that he did. Um, uh, Jerry Nadler was so upset he didn't do a courtesy flush. There was a ton of those, and I told Greg, I'm like, you could have done that for a half an hour, and it would have made me so happy. So I want to know from you guys. Greetings from Orange County. Hey, California. There. I'm guessing that's Orange County, California. It was great. Hello from St. Louis. Last night was glorious. I'm definitely ready for the show tonight on Gutfeld, says Jay. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk about last night. Let's do that. Let's just fire it right up. It was glorious. It was fantastic. I was here and just watching the results. And I tweeted this out on the Loftus Party X account, which is like I couldn't go to sleep. I was having too many flashbacks to 2020 when you're like, okay, that's good. We're in great shape. I'm gonna go to sleep, and when I wake up, it was like I'm. Were you guys like that? Was anybody else having those like I don't want to go to sleep until they have certified this shit 270. He's the guy. I know at one point they were like, "Oh, he's at 267. He's at 267." And Brett Baer and Whatch's girl were like, "Well, there's no path for Kamala. There's no path. He is effectively." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to hear about he's effectively this. I want to hear 270. I want to go across the finish line." I was up till like 3:30 in the morning. I watched the whole thing. I watched the Trump speech at the end, all of it. It was fantastic. And even then, I was a little nervous. Trisha says yes. It was an extraordinary evening, and it was and continued all day today. Feeling the love and the relief. I'm telling you what. So I'm in like the heart of the city. I'm like freaking Times Square is right out there, and incredibly close. I get up today. I go out to grab a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, which is one of the absolute delights of the East Coast. One of the absolute delights. People are walking to work and blah blah blah, and a guy just like in a brand spanking new MAGA hat, brand spanking new, bright red, "Make America Great Again." Dude is walking down the street without a care in the world. And this is an interesting phenomenon. And this is this is this is my own personal philosophy on this. It's my opinion that the people who organized the 2020 election, the people who made sure that Trump was prosecuted and made sure there was lawfare and all that other stuff, I think those people are beside themselves and they don't know what to do. They don't, because you can't quit, right? If you were in the intelligence community and you were doing all that, if you quit now, like after Trump comes in, it's going to be like, why'd you quit? So they can't leave early. They have to like stay in their job and then hope they're not discovered. And we didn't get into this at all on Gutfeld tonight, but I'm definitely going to talk about this on the podcast next week. How there's so many people and so many agencies that need to be cleaned out, that need to be just like, who was doing what? You know what I'm talking about? The James Clappers, the Jim Comeys, the Peter Strzok's, there's a whole bandwidth of those people. He's like career bureaucrat. And how great, here's another one to be happy about. How great is Trump's team? Freaking Elon Musk, Robert Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy. It is a freaking just heavy hitter. I can't wait for that guy to get sworn in. Our sweet Nancy cried. When did Nancy, was that Nancy Pelosi? Did she cry? I didn't see the concession speech. I didn't see it. They showed a clip on Gutfeld's, and it seemed like even in her concession speech, she was doing the same thing that people didn't like about her when she was campaigning. There was a lot of talking with the hands, a lot of slow talking, and here's the one that always sets me up. Whenever they talk about the work, here's some shit. When I hear these words come out of your face, all the freaking bells and whistles. Whenever a politician starts talking about the work that we need to do, you're a communist. You're a pinko commie, and get out of my, because it's just like such like China in the 50s. We must do the work. No, whenever they say like we must do the work, they meant like we must do the work and not them. But yeah, we have to do it. And the other one is journey. I don't need to hear the word journey. I'm so glad when I started this journey, okay, I knew there would be a lot of work on the journey to do the work. And as we did the work on the journey to journey towards the work, we knew that even in the darkest journeys of the work journey, that there would be light, okay? I said this on Gutfeld, so this won't come as a surprise. I would guarantee that Kamala Ding Dong is happy as shit that this is over and she doesn't have to be president. Deep down in her little Kamala Ding Dong reptile brain, she's thrilled. She doesn't have to sit in the big chair. She doesn't have to make the big decisions. She doesn't have to feel that pressure. She doesn't know, why are you guys always mad at me? Why is everybody mad at me? I'm sorry. You wrote the script. I don't work the teleprompter. Someone else has to do that. Yeah, she does. Now her life is this. She can write a book. She'll sell that. She'll go on a book tour. She'll do some like, I'm an empowered woman and they kept me down. The misogynists kept me down. And she'll go on a speaking engagement. She'll do it'll be her and Hillary Clinton. They'll team up and they'll do the Girl Power Tour or the Bananarama Tour. Okay. She's up in the coconut tree. She fell out of the coconut tree and then went right back up it. I thought Michael was Kamala for a while. Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. My Kamala is actually, and it's a nose thing. I figured that out a while ago. You talk, but you keep your voice up in your nose, and then you're Kamala. you, you know who I'm gonna miss? You know who I'm gonna miss? Tim Walz. Tim Walz. That guy was good for comedy. He was. I don't want him. I don't want him anywhere near a position of power. Here's the other gift. Here's the other gift that this campaign gave us. We found out about Tim Walz. What a piece of shit that guy is, huh? What an absolute piece. Tim Walz, he's the guy, the governor of Minnesota, and he's one of the dudes that, like, during the lockdowns, he set up a hotline. So if your neighbor was violating the rules of the Tim Walz lockdown, you could call up the police anonymously and rat out your neighbor. That shit is un-American. That infuriates. That's some communist shit. That should be disqualifying. Forget about the PTSD. And I went to the Olive Garden in Italy and I got PTSD. The dude, anybody who sets up like an anonymous tip line to rat out your neighbor, that's some of the most un-American shit. That's what happened to frickin' Peanut, the squirrel, and Fred, the raccoon. And that anonymous tip line. It's an anonymous tip. He's got a squirrel in there. He's got a squirrel. I don't like it. I don't like it. You should go kill a squirrel. I hate these people. Tampon Tim is history. Yeah. I do some jokes about Tim Walz tonight. You'll have to watch those on the show. Talking in circles like Kamala does take skill. It is. It's like I think about it like when you freestyle a rap. You know, if you've ever tried to freestyle a rap, if you've ever been in the car and you're just like, that truck up ahead, that guy is crazy. Don't know why he's driving lazy. It's like already, like that driver's crazy. Crazy is my keyword. That's the word I need to aim for. That guy up ahead, that driver's crazy. So already in the back of my mind, I'm like, what goes lazy? That's how Kamala does it. That's how most of the politicians do it. You ask a question like, what about that big laptop factory that is going to close down? Okay, I hear you're concerned about the job loss, right? So now we're already off. Job loss. It's not even about the factory anymore. And when people lose their jobs, we need to create an opportunity, okay, to get those jobs back. And that's what I want to do for all America and every spectrum, from the middle class out. I want to create an opportunity for everyone to equal. And it's like, you're just fucking, I love Trump. I love him. I love him. I love what he represents. I'm so sick and tired of that bullshit. What a gift we have. What an absolute gift. Protect that man at all cost. Protect him at all cost. If you were paying attention to politics before Trump, you know what an incredible breath of fresh air this guy is. It's a game changer. And I don't want anybody to forget it. I don't want anybody. Listen, when 4 years is up, we're not going to settle for any second best. I want another fighter. I want J.D. Vance in there fighting like he's the last monkey on Noah's Ark and it's starting to rain. I can't stand the professional politician. We think way too highly of these people. Way too highly. These are not quality individuals for the most part. We send them to DC to do our bidding, and way too many times they don't listen. I think you're going to be shocked. I think everybody's going to be shocked. And I wanted to get into this tonight. Like when Trump was doing his speech, and he was saying, I'm going to fix everything. I'm going to fix this. He can. it's going to look like he fixed a ton of stuff. And you know how he's going to do it? He's going to do it with the power of stop. The government is in every aspect of our lives. And just by someone actively telling these hunks of the government, stop, your life is going to get so much better. Just stop. The Department of Energy, what do they do? What do they do? Stop. I just saved you a bunch of money. The Education Administration, the NEA. Oh, the kids can't learn. They can't read. They can't write. What the hell? Stop. Guess what? It's going back to the States. Stop. I just saved you a bunch of money, and the kids are actually going to learn stuff. I think that's what Trump is going to do. Nathan says Barron looks like he's about 7 feet tall. Barron is a big guy. Barron is a tall drink of water. Walz called Elon Musk a dipshit. I love it when people do that. When people are like, wow, Elon Musk. When a guy who can barely tell you where the freaking air filter is on an old school truck, yeah, Elon Musk is a dipshit. That's hilarious to me. Somebody had a tweet today and it was brilliantly funny. They were pretending to be someone criticizing Elon Musk. Oh, Elon Musk, look at that money he wasted buying Twitter. Now all he has is access to the most powerful elected official. It's like he got Twitter. Big shout out to Elon Musk. I don't think we're here tonight. I don't think we're having this conversation. I don't think Trump wins without Elon Musk. I really don't. I think Elon Musk did the world a favor. He did humanity a favor. If he doesn't buy Twitter and turn it into X, and we don't have freedom of speech, and we don't have an open exchange of ideas, look at all the shit they tried to pull on Trump with all the little hoaxes and this and that tired ass shit, and it was instantaneous. Community notes on X, boom, sit down, shut up, you are full of it. Beautiful. And publicly, I want to say this. A big shout out to that kid, Scott Pressler. Scott Pressler he was like his own army in Pennsylvania. It's fantastic. Getting the Amish to come out and vote. And the Amish did. God bless the Amish. I don't think they're watching tonight. See, because it's technology. Watching the Amish come out to vote for Trump was like that part in Lord of the Rings when the trees decided to fight, the Ents. The Ents are coming. The Amish are voting. It was great. Hey, from Kansas. It's a great day. Pelosi needs to be arrested. Scott crushed it. So many great comments. I was trying to say this earlier, and I kind of lost my train of thought. I think there's a reason we're not seeing it. Are there riots where you live? Is there anger? Is there frustration? Are there people out in the streets gonna do violence? I don't think there are. I think that's how. Listen, Trump is not supposed to be there. Trump is not. He was not supposed to be on the ballot. That whole thing was supposed to be over in Butler. And I firmly believe that little head move. That is divine intervention. I'm right there, divine intervention. And then Elon Musk has Twitter, divine intervention, all that stuff. These people who have tried to orchestrate all this stuff, the guys behind the scene, they don't know what to do. They haven't had time to get people riled up to hey, let's go burn a Target. Isn't that weird? How it's not happening? All the people on the left are like, oh, he's Hitler. He's Hitler. Here comes Hitler. And everybody's like, yeah, well, whatever, bring it. It's great. It's great. And here's what I look forward to. I want to enjoy this moment. I want to be able to go, yeah, and be happy and everything. Time is going to tell, I firmly believe that we're right. I firmly believe that people having a greater say in their own destiny is the right thing to do. The woke shit, the DEI shit, the legacy media shit, it all has to end. And everybody on the left is going to see like, my life didn't really change. I have more money though. It seems like my wages went up, and my electric bill went down, and my gas bill went down. Everything will just be better. Oh, we'll see what happens. Linda Lynn, Tampon Tim couldn't stop the red wave. That's like a dirty Mother Goose thing. Tampon Tim and all the tampons in the boys' room couldn't stop the red wave. Tampon Timmy went for a shimmy, looking for a big red wave. But old Timmy and all the cotton jimmies couldn't. Hopefully not January. I don't think there's going to be any riots. I really don't. I don't think there's going to be any people who were Kamala ding dong made. I guess Tim Walz was crying. I guess he was crying when she did her concession speech. Can you? You don't want a guy like that in the White House. You really don't. Okay, some more comment. Even the people who were a feeling of peace flowed through me today. Dig it. I'm like, can we have some friggin' fun now? Can we go? This is I hope to see you at the show. I'm going to be in Tampa. I'm going to be then in Orlando, and then I'm going to go into Huntsville, Alabama, with my buddies Reno Collier and Dave Landau. That's the American Misfits show in Huntsville. Make sure you come out and see the show in Tampa and Orlando. It's going to be a lot of fun. And here's the wonderful thing that we can show. Like, it's jokes. And I've just about had it with the people who are like, oh, I'm offended. That's another one. That's just going to take time. That's one of those things where you just have to do it. Tell the jokes, do the comedy, do the video, show the skit. And when people get offended, okay, now what? Now you're just being pissy and you could have had a good time. That's all of this shit. It's not, you're not gonna legislate a sense of humor. You're not gonna legislate comedy. You're not gonna legislate, freaking somebody being a decent human being. You have to like just go for it and do it and have a blast. Go see his show. He's hilarious live. Thank you, Lisa Smith, if that is your real name. I think Trump will take charge now since Joe is MIA. It's kind of happened, right? Hasn't Zelensky already I don't think Zelensky and those guys, they're not even calling Joe anymore. They're just like, no, I don't need to call Joe. I'll call Donald. He knows what's up. Seriously, like, if you're the switchboard operator at the White House, there's like, forward that shit to Donald. Just give him to him. He's down in Mar-a-Lago. He's taking calls. And I really think that's probably not far from the truth. Really. If you're a foreign leader, are you gonna call Joe Biden and like, hey, if you're still awake, could we talk? No, you're just gonna talk to Trump and just be like, whatever. Like, that's hilarious. Dude, what is Joe doing all day? And let's not forget to be pissed about this. There's lots of good outrageous stuff. These people, they told us, Joe can't be charged for a crime. He can't be charged for a crime because he's just a demented old man, and no jury would convict him because he's just like a demented old man. And like, well, can he be president? Oh, sure. You can't even wrap your brain around it. Remember, there was a guy, I think it was a Robert Hur was his name, who did this big interview with Joe Biden, and he was from the Justice Department. And they're like, are you gonna charge him? Oh, he's guilty. He's definitely guilty. We're not gonna charge him because he's just a fucking cheese biscuit upstairs. He's a half-eaten freaking Spanish noodle. He's got nothing going on up there. Oh, can he be president? Oh, sure. It's fucking. And they tried to run him. They tried to run him. Oh, he's at the top of his game. He's sharp as a tack. Oh, he's the last one to leave the meetings. I bet he is. He's trying to figure out what's that door everybody's leaving. Are we done? They let that guy. He's fucking still in charge. That is a government that's too big. That is a government that has lost its way. Listen, the office of president should be important. You can't just put an old dusty frickin' sock puppet full of meat in the chair. Tell him a story, Joe. One time, I used to drive an 18-wheeler in Scranton back when I would wrestle tree alligators. You don't have any tree. We used to eat those. We used to pick the nuts off tree alligators, chew them up. That's how we invented limeade. We didn't have lemons, so we had to suck the wiener of tree gators. Every Halloween, he's still in the Oval Office. He's still there tonight. It's insane. All right, sock puppet full of meat. Dusty sock puppet, pal. Get it straight. A dusty sock puppet full of meat. All right, I want to see some more of your comments. Kamala was that last one in the room to help Joe, and we ate the raccoon noodles. Raccoon noodle. That's what we called trash panda wiener. We didn't have money. We didn't have money for spaghetti, so we'd have to go find raccoons. Oh, thank God they wore masks. Oh, okay. Now Joe can go hang out with Corn Pop. I tell you, I want to think that Joe, because he is a lifelong politician, and he's worried. He's not a good person. Don't feel bad for Joe. Don't feel bad for Joe. He is so, and I think he did this on purpose. The garbage comment, when he called all the Trump supporters garbage, I really think that was his weird way of helping out. Like he was like, you don't do that. You don't say on Friday night. On Friday night, you're like, I'm the president. I'm the man. I'm the guy. I'm not dropping out. And then Saturday afternoon, do a note. I'm dropping out. No press conference. No nothing. No video. No addressing the nation. You turned in a letter. Bullshit. I don't think Joe appreciated being thrown out like that. It definitely wasn't on his terms. They threw Joe out, and I think Joe got his revenge with his little garbage. His supporters are garbage. He knew what he was doing. He's still got that little nugget of politician brain in there. That's the one good thing Joe does. He's a good conversationalist and very personable and all that stuff. He's a career politician. He's been doing this shit since the 1970s. And I tell you, we got some decisions to make here as a nation. But I'm not a big fan of unity right now. It was crazy. I'm watching Fox News last night. I'm watching right before Trump comes out and does his speech. And you got Brit Hume. Hopefully this is a speech about unity. Hopefully it's a unifying message. And I'm like, are you fucking high? Were you not around? Were you not around for the years and years of calling him a Nazi? The years and years of calling him and his supporters freaking white supremacists, the years and years of the lawfare and the people around him going to jail and all this and all that. So for freaking 8 years, they're allowed to just trash him and everybody in his inner circle and try to ruin him. And this is after he left. They're trying to ruin him as a private citizen. And they're like, I hope this is a message of unity. Oh, I'm not feeling it right now. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail and somebody, but listen, you can't. Where I come from the streets, I come from the streets. Somebody does that to you, you gotta do something back. I don't. People are like, oh, he should pardon the Bidens. He should pardon Joe and Hunter. No, no. We got the laptop. We got the eyewitnesses. We got the emails. Somebody's got to get in trouble. Somebody's got to get in trouble. I'll tell you this before we get out of here, because it is 9:01. I like history. I really do. It's fascinating. And I found this out about Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, Rome had gone off the rails. It was just horrible. The Senate was corrupt, this, that, and the other thing. So Julius Caesar gets together with a buddy of his in the Senate and another guy who's a private citizen, but he's very wealthy. And they're like, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to fix this? They come up with an idea. Here's how we're going to fix it. Here's how we're going to fix it. They put their plan into action. Everything's going great. Now, Caesar's got to go out on the road. He's a big general. So he goes up into, the Celtic lands and Germania, whatever the hell, and he's out there killing people. While he's gone, his buddies, who have since kind of fixed up Rome and they made some changes with the Senate and this, that, the other thing, they realize that Caesar's kind of a dangerous guy. So they declare that everything Caesar did was illegal. He is now an enemy of Rome. So now he's in big, big trouble. So they send a messenger out. One of Caesar's buddies does, finds him out in like what's now Germany. And they're like, dude, you got problems back here. Those two guys that you trusted to fix up Rome, they say you're a criminal. They say you can't come back. If you do come back, they're going to kill you, blah, 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 blah. And so Caesar's like, I got to go back and make this right. So he goes back and he's at the border of this river. And he knows that if he crosses this river, they're going to try to kill him, right? Because they've declared him a criminal. And that's where you get the phrase crossing the Rubicon, because Caesar went across. He's like, I'm going in. I got to do this. So Caesar crosses the Rubicon. The die is cast, as they say. He confronts these dudes. And they're on the run. They run from him. He hunts them down. He finds them. And then he's like, I'm going to be a nice guy, though. I'm going to be a nice guy, and I'm going to forgive you. I guess it was like, your emotions got the best of you. No harm, no foul. I'm going to show that I'm the bigger man, and I forgive you. We're going to set Rome on the right path. Well, we all know how that story ends. Ides of March. Julius Caesar goes out there, and boy, all the senators let him have it. And a couple of those senators were the dudes that he forgave. So think about that when you start talking about unity. I'm not feeling the unity a little bit right now. You are all fantastic. Israel said very happy about Trump's win. It was beautiful. That's great. Everybody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to be happy. Trump's going to look like a genius, and all he has to do is tell them stop. Just that bullshit that you're doing. Stop doing that bullshit. Everybody's going to get happier. All right, you're fantastic. Look for new stuff at theloftusparty.com. I do believe there's going to be a recipe tomorrow from Suzanne. And then on Friday, our new contributor is going to have something wonderful. I'll have a new video on Friday. There's all kinds of wonderful stuff. And then very soon, Tampa, Orlando. And then very soon after that, Huntsville, Alabama. Go to theloftusparty.com and in the little search bar, search up tour dates. And all the dates are in there. And make sure you sign up for the newsletter, the Blast-O-Rama. And we will be blasting Orama into your mailbox with special stuff, behind the scenes stuff. There's so much goodness. Life is pretty good right now. Let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this moment, and let's hope it stays peaceful. It's going to be great. All right. One last question. Why are those pants still on?